Now that we have the small garrison research, it might seem like the logical thing to go for the large garrison and upgrade our bunker base to tier 3. Unfortunately, to be able to upgrade our bunker base to tier 3, physically, we need concrete. So we need to have the concrete structures upgrade first before we even can rebuild or upgrade the bunker base piece itself to a concrete one. We can prioritize research of the large garrison base, but the only thing it will bring us right now would be the fact that it will cut the cost of bunker supplies and garrison supplies in half. In order to make concrete, we need to build a concrete mixer, and we can build a concrete mixer at a construction yard. So if you come to the construction yard, and once you're on the construction yard, you can see in the bottom left, press E to use construction yard, and in the production panel, we can see the concrete mixer. It will cost us 75 RMATs. So click that, walk up to the blueprint and start hammering in RMATs. Once the concrete mixer is ready, we need to package it and get it on the back of our flatbed truck. To do that, we press E to use the concrete mixer, and in the actions panel, we click the package button. This will start packaging our concrete mixer. Then we hop into the static crane over here. We use the right mouse button to aim, and we're going to aim on top of the concrete mixer. Once it is close to the concrete mixer, you can see there is a connection icon. You left click, then we will hoist up the concrete mixer, and with right click to aim it to the back of our flatbed truck. Once we have it over the back of the flatbed truck, we just left click and we can see that it drops it on the back of our flatbed truck. Now all we need to do is drive it towards our bunker base. To get the concrete mixer off the back of a flatbed truck, we need to build a crane, and cranes can only be built near friendly bases or friendly landing ships. So we have a relic base just around the corner over here. So if we have our hammer out, we press B to go into the build menu, we select the crane, and if we hover over here, we can see that we are able to build it here. So we walk up to the blueprint and start hammering. Now that the crane is ready, we will hop in and make sure that we can deploy it. So we press Z to get into the operator seat. We press F to deploy it. And once it is deployed, we can actually start hoisting things up. So right click to aim. And once we get the connection icon, we left click, pick up our concrete mixer, and we are going to place it close to our bunker base. Now we come up to the concrete mixer, and if we press E, it will start unpackaging our concrete mixer. One thing to note, which is pretty important, is that concrete mixers are considered structures, therefore they will decay. So you have to provide garrison supplies in your bunker base or in your relic base where your concrete mixer is stationed, or you need to periodically check it to see if it has decayed. And if it has decayed, you can repair it with basic materials. If we open the concrete mixer by pressing E, we can see that it turns components into concrete materials. For that, we need components in our backpack, and with components in our backpack, if we click on the component icon in the resource panel, we can see that it will start transforming 20 components into 2 concrete materials. And if we keep clicking, we can see that it will empty out our backpack, and we have the concrete mixer working for the next 16 minutes. Now that concrete structures is researched, we can start making things into concrete. with the exception of the bunker base itself, because like we said before, the bunker base itself, in order to go to tier 3, it needs a large garrison unlock. The way to get our concrete materials is to click on this concrete materials icon and it will fill our backpack. Then we walk up to the bunker piece we want to upgrade to tier 3. We press F to go into upgrade mode. We press E to go into the upgrade menu, and we can see that there is a button for bunker tier 3. If we click that, we get a blueprint. Once you hammered in all the concrete materials, you can see we have a wet concrete bunker piece. If we try to make an upgrade on that now, it says concrete must be settled before upgrading, which means we have to wait till the concrete is dried out. It takes 24 hours for the concrete to actually dry out. So in 24 hours, we can actually start upgrading or removing upgrades and modifications from this bunker piece. Moreover, all the while the concrete is settling, it is more vulnerable than it would be when it is fully dried out. Trenches that have upgrades like this one, so the barbed wire pieces, the bridge piece, and the sandbag piece, they can normally be upgraded. So if we press F to go into upgrade mode, we press E to go into the upgrade menu, and we select trench tier 3, we can see that all our modifications to the trench are still there.
"24 hours later."
Now that the concrete trench has dried, we gained an extra option in the upgrade menu that lets us put a roof over the trench. And we can see that we need 200 basic materials for that. So if we click that and we are modifying the structure. Now, if we come out of upgrade mode and we press left control to show the roofs, we can see that the entire trench has been covered with a roof. Now that our tier 3 concrete bunker pieces have dried out, we got an extra option in the upgrade menu. So if we press F to go into the upgrade mode, press E to open the upgrade menu, we can see that we got the interior firing port. This works like every other upgrade. If you scroll up, it changes the position inside the bunker piece. So let's have the interior firing port look out to the opening of the bunker. And then we place one. We can build a multiple so that we have a U-shaped area where we can stick in or stay in and be safe. And we can use this as a safe spot to fire out while we can't be hit. Now that the concrete has settled on this bunker piece, we can start to upgrade it to a Howitzer Garrison. So if we press, with our hammer out, we press F to go into upgrade mode, we press E to go into the upgrade menu, and we select a Howitzer Garrison. As before, we can turn it around by scrolling the scroll wheel, and if we place it right here, we just have a blueprint, we walk up to it, and we hammer 40 concrete materials into it. With the large garrison base upgrade also finished, we can now upgrade our bunker base to tier 3. For that, we need a CV filled with concrete materials. So we hop into the CV and we make sure that we are in the operator seat. We press E to upgrade the bunker base. We select a bunker base. We get a blueprint and a right click to aim and left click to hammer in the concrete materials. As with every other concrete structure, if it is just done, it needs to settle for another 24 hours. Now that we have the advanced bunkers unlocked, we can make storm cannons and intelligence centers. And in order to make a storm cannon or an intelligence center, we need a block of 3x3 tier 3 bunker pieces. Here we have a complex of 3x3 tier 3 bunker pieces. You can use corners on the corners. They don't need to be full squares. To build an intel center or a storm cannon, we need our hammer, obviously. We need some concrete. And as usual, we press F to go into upgrade mode. We aim at the middle bunker piece, because that is the one we want to upgrade. We press E to go into upgrade mode, and now we can see that we have gained 3 extra options. We gained the storm cannon, we gained the ammunition room, and we gained the intelligence center. If we hover over the storm cannon, we can see that it must be placed in the center of a 3x3 grid of tier 3 bunker pieces. It requires 35,000 power, and as per usual with every building, we can use the scroll wheel to turn the orientation. So because turning your storm cannon actually costs power, you want to be sure that you build it roughly aiming at the enemy. Same goes for the intel center. It must be placed in the center of a 3x3 grid. It requires 35,000 power, and we can use a scroll wheel to change the orientation. The way to place it is the same as with everything. You just left click, that will place the blueprint. You walk up to the blueprint and you can see that if you walk up to the center of it, you can build it up. As we can see, the intelligence center is now ready. And in the bottom left, it says press Q to enter the intelligence center. And if we press Q, it says we must wait 24 hours for the concrete to settle. So this is just like every other concrete structure. It needs 24 hours to settle. Now, if we press F to go into upgrade mode and we aim at the center piece, we can see that the pipes are installed, but there is no power coming in, and we need 35,000 watts coming in. Now that we made ourselves some engine rooms, we can see that the power system is green, and if we aim at the center piece of our Intel Center, we can see that it's receiving 9,000 watts at the time. Now, if we walk up to the Intel Center and we look in the bottom left and we say press E to use, we can see that it is charging, but it isn't charging very quickly, and that has to do with the fact that we only have 3 engine rooms. So to speed things up, we want to have the full 35,000 watts of power going in.